to click it a second time. Okay. So we are live now and the people can see that. Let me see if I can find it on here while I've got 5 minutes. Okay, so we want to go to YouTube on here. I want to see I don't know that I've got the YouTube app. I don't think so, right? So I must go in here, YouTube. And it's
Let me close the door in case somebody comes.
no, that didn't work. All right, let's not do it on here. Give me your phone. No, I've got it. Yes, no, I've got to do it on my phone. I've got the link on my phone. I sent myself a message. Yeah, it's on, but I doubt that they can hear. It's all... Never mind. Good afternoon to everyone, and welcome to the Day 2 presentation. I wonder how many of you have ever experienced a feeling of guilt when your actions have caused someone's injury, disability, or death. Accidents do happen, and we are very quick to blame Murphy or someone else to pass the buck. I cannot overemphasize the importance of being well prepared when going on an adventure to a destination that not many have had the privilege to visit, a place where no man's gone before. Has a rather nice ring to it, and if you ever have the privilege to experience it, it will be an experience, an event which will not only impact your life, but you will relive it many times and have your planning for the next one. I am going to begin with my signature talk, in which I will share with you an event that for many years had a profound effect on my life. If we are perfectly honest, we probably all, at some time, have done something illegal or dangerous, and we got away with it. At least we think. We make spur-of-the-moment decisions when under pressure and dismiss them from our minds when nothing happens. Friends, the secret is that we should actually learn from our mistakes. But instead, we become overconfident, increasing risk to our lives. How do you live with yourself when you believe deep down in your heart that you have been the direct cause of someone's injury, disability, or even death? I had such an experience when 8 years old. My brother Rudy was 11 at the time, and on a rainy day we were playing indoors. I was chasing him down the passage and through various rooms when my foot caught his ankle. He lost his balance and dived headlong into the sharp edge of the skirting. There was blood everywhere. Naturally, I dreaded my dad coming home, and when he did, I was severely reprimanded and told in no uncertain terms how easily he could have died. 6 months later, my brother Rudy was dead. I was devastated. No mention was made that his death might have been linked to his fall, and I certainly wasn't going to ask. When going on a travel adventure, how much time do you spend on planning and preparation? Do you actually take all the safety precautions? Or do you maybe take shortcuts and even let someone with little or no experience do this for you? Given my extensive travel experience, my interest and focus is directed particularly to those adventurers who go to places where no man has gone before. Devices that we normally rely on simply do not work. There are no footprints, but those that you leave. No tracks, but those behind you. Basically, you are totally isolated and totally dependent on your own skills and abilities. Have you ever been totally isolated, where you could see no sign of life anywhere around you and couldn't hear anything bar the sound of the wind and the creatures our Creator put there? Yet you felt more at peace with yourself than ever before. Then, without warning, Murphy descends on your peace and quiet, disrupts your life, throwing you into a panic. Your SUV is stuck in the sand, and now your husband has had a heart attack through overexertion. You are now desperate for support and assistance. Imagine yourself in that situation and write down in the comments what you consider to be the 3 most important items you would wish you had brought. When the unexpected happens, and you are thrown in at the deep end, please realize the importance of learning from your mistakes in life and seizing opportunities like the one I'm about to offer you. Believe me that you never want to go through a feeling of total despair when you have been the cause of someone else's injury, disablement, or death by virtue of your haste or your negligence. My three most important items would be 1. Potable water, 2. Communication, and 3. Navigation, in that order. Friends, I'm offering you a totally free 8-session webinar to make you aware of some consideration and items you require on your adventure, which will substantially enhance your chances of survival when the unexpected happens, and to give you a substantially improved probability to stay alive. I sincerely believe that the content of this free webinar will contribute to help you stay alive. Your life is worth it, especially to your family and loved ones. In cases where you are a couple, I would seriously recommend you both register for the course and share the information and experience. At some stage, as illustrated, you might just find yourself in a situation where the one who has done the course is incapacitated for whatever reason, and your partner is now better informed to cope with the situation. Right, we're back together again. During our lives, we have probably all broken the law in one way or another, but have mostly been blessed to get away with it. We know what the law says, but somehow we believe that the law applies to others and not to us. I have the knowledge and lots of experience, and so I'm okay, Jack. When in the civilized world we are in contact with emergency services, we have family and loved ones 24/7. So when something goes wrong, we can turn to others for help and assistance. However, when we are out there in the wild and none of our traditional devices we are so used to don't work, what happens when something goes wrong? In this next video, I will share with you a number of examples and then demonstrate how different things are when you are on your own with no one to call for assistance. As beautiful as those moments can be, we have to understand that when we go on adventures to these remote locations, that we are completely on our own. It is all about planning, strategizing, and being prepared for any eventuality. Without a doubt, Murphy will pay you a visit at some time when you least expect it. But please, do not blame him when at times it is actually your negligence that puts you in a challenging situation. Is it fair to always blame Murphy? One of the biggest challenges that we face in life is that of overconfidence, which generally goes hand in hand with pride and success. Because we get away with it on numerous occasions, our minds become conditioned that we are better than anyone else, and a belief that we can cope with the distraction and nothing will ever happen to us. In all honesty, can anyone in this group say that they have never ever used a cell phone while driving? Let me know in the comments if you have never done so.
When you are distracted even for a couple of seconds and your vehicle leaves the road or crashes into someone else, your whole world and confidence should take a huge pounding. But do you actually admit your mistake and concede you broke the law? No, the reality is that you then look for all sorts of excuses why it happened. You were blinded by the sun, or the idiot in the red car cut me off. I was forced to swerve to avoid the red car and as a result collided with an oncoming vehicle. To be honest, it was that red car that caused the accident. Literally within minutes, the fire department, the police and the ambulance are there as news travels fast as other motorists phone emergency services.
So now the police arrive and start asking all sorts of questions, but doggedly you stick to your guns and blame everyone but yourself. Now the ambulance has arrived and to your horror you discover that a 4-year-old child in the other vehicle is dead and the leg of the driver has been seriously damaged and may require amputation.
I know that I'm painting a horrid picture, but still you stick to your story, thinking you'll get away with it. Your fabrication of your version becomes so vivid in your mind that nothing will allow you to admit your error of judgment in using your cell phone while driving.
The same question applies to racing through a traffic light, or a level crossing, especially when we are under pressure of time, and with each transgression our confidence grows ever stronger. This leads to overconfidence, and Murphy cannot wait to put that confidence to the test. You are probably wondering, what on earth has this got to do with adventures to places where no man's gone before?
It has to do with our frame of mind and our overconfidence, which prevents us from taking advice seriously and to diligently follow recommendations when it comes to planning and execution of our adventures. Our overconfidence can be our biggest enemy, as deep down inside we do not want to admit that we need help. We already know it all, and that what you caution us about can never happen to you. And when it does, you will remember this course, these examples vividly, but then it is too late to have regrets and excuses, and you have to deal with the situation which you face.
But now, let us imagine for a moment that you are on your adventure and you are savoring the peace and the quiet that surrounds you. You indulge in the silence and listen to the calls of nature. You are totally at peace and relaxed, having the time of your life, saying to your friends, "This is what I dream of. This is what it's all about."
From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
The very next day you are crossing a river and the water is getting deeper and deeper. Damn. Should I have fitted that snorkel Hoggy was talking about?
Sometimes you need to go.
You thought you were across and climbing out on the other side when suddenly and without warning your SUV lurches violently forward as the front wheels drop into a hole that you could not have seen coming. Not only have you decided to go on this adventure alone with a friend, but you did not take Hoggy advice to fit that winch.
And unlike the accident involving the lady on her cell phone, no police arrive, no fire department arrives, and no sign of an ambulance. Your friend's forehead is bleeding profusely from bumping his head on the now broken rear view mirror. You always meant to attend Hoggy's entire course, but you were just so busy, and besides, this is your third adventure and you thought you knew it all, so only saw 2 of his free presentations.
Now what? Am I going to lose my SUV? How am I going to get back home? You have no communications and you have absolutely no idea where the nearest Hutta village is located.
Do you get the picture? How quickly and easily things can go drastically wrong. Just thinking why you did not appoint someone back home to alert, search and rescue if you don't come back. I doubt that I need to go on painting the picture, and I'm quite sure you now understand how easily serious things can go wrong, literally in a matter of minutes. Well, that brings this evening's presentation to a conclusion. I want to thank you all for being here, for being part of my learning experience, and I look forward to seeing you on Monday at the same time, 16:55 or 1500 GMT. Bye for now.